Hi, it's Bill again. Welcome back. Glad to have you in my home. So I'm going to do something a little different here. Get something a little more kind of old school classic. I've talked about it a couple times, but it's funny. I made quiche. I want to put tomatoes and asparagus in it. Well, went to the produce place and the bundles were huge of asparagus. So I'm like, I'm going to have asparagus for forever. Well, my brain went click. What ingredients do I have? So I'm going to show you how to make hollandaise sauce from scratch the real way. And I think it's really good because this is going to really help kind of make you understand this is a basic sauce. It's great on asparagus, which I have had. Broccoli, really great to put over some nice salmon. Great flavors, and it's not hard, it's just kind of a pain in the rear end, okay? So, I roasted up some asparagus here. I just picked the best ones so it'd be real pretty and taste real good, the real nice tender stalks. And just a little bit of, I put a little black pepper in here, little teeny bit of olive oil, and I just cooked them about 3 to 5 minutes, depending. They just got a nice little color to them. So let's move it on over. Get out of my way. So first thing we have to talk about is how do you make a really, well, I don't care if you make like a cream sauce or a Bavarian cream or something. You use a double boiler. So many years ago, well, when I grew up, my mom had a double boiler. I'm sure it's gone. But one year for Christmas, when I was young, she bought me a double boiler. And this is actually Visionware, which is made by Corning. So we're going to talk about basically how you do this. So you've got a bottom pan here, and you're going to put another pan in it, or pot, and you don't want the water touching the bottom. That's the key, because if it does, the temperature is going to raise. So we all know, all of us, nerds, that this is going to be boiling 212 degrees. Can't be any hotter unless the water's touching. The other thing that'll raise it is put a pinch of salt in there. Salt water has a higher boiling temperature. The other thing that'll happen is if this were a really tight fit, pressure is going to raise boiling temp. So sometimes I get a little nervous when I see they show on TV they've been whisking away and they take a bowl that fits in here. If it makes a really good seal around here, it's going to increase the pressure if this were just in the water pot. So you've got to be careful. You've got to let some steam escape. So what's the other thing? Well, if you're dealing with steam, please be careful. It will burn you. Alright, so that's my lesson for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and take the pot. Now if you're really afraid, depending on what your pot is, they make diffusers. You can put this right on the burner. Electric, gas, it doesn't really matter, even induction. Put it on here, put your pot on. It's going to keep. And one of the things I really like is that gas will, the grates will kind of burn a pattern in the bottom of my pots. So when I'm cooking a lot of stuff, I do use this. But I don't need it today. Alright, so let's get a little bit of flame under here. Ooh, look at that. Alright, so how do we start? Well, let me tell you. So, I've got 4 egg yolks. If you have a egg separator, great, but basically the goal is to get as much of the white out because that's going to leave little threads in there. And I need voila, I need a tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Okay, that's going to be our acid. I'm just going to start whisking away. I really want to change the composition of this stuff. I really want to whip it up really good because I don't want to have scrambled eggs. So this is the hardest part of it, is you want to really get it broken down. My water's going to come to a boil here pretty quick. It was already warm. I don't like the glass, you know, effective you can actually see it. Yeah, like I said, this is the boring part, so you know, it's much better if you got your earbuds in or got the radio playing, watching TV. So now what I've seen is it's thickened. So we've done a really good job. We've gotten it to thicken. Now what I want to do is also, you can make water boil faster if you put a lid on it. This is going to have the same effect. And remember, no matter how high I turn the heat, it's never ever going to exceed boiling point. This is where all the hard work goes. So we want to get this nice and slowly. It's not that bad, really. Just whip it good. Whip it into shape. Just whip it. So as soon as I know I've got some little bubbling action going on down below, back to rest. And this is really all about making the perfect texture. That's what we're really doing here. I think it was Julia Childs had some thing about how long you really needed to cook this for, and I think it was kind of overkill. Yeah, got some bubbles here. Tiny bubbles. I can see a lot of condensation on the bottom, so we've hit that temperature we want. So condensation is collecting on the inner bowl and dripping back in. The consistency is definitely changing. When my mom bought me this, I made Hollandaise just to show her that I really knew how, because back in the day my mom would open up a McCormick envelope and you just whisk it together with, I can't remember what you put in it. I mean, just added butter or something. And yeah, I never really thought that was great, but got a lot of boiling going on down there, so I'm going to turn it down. A lot of good things happening here. So now, I've got a stick of butter I melted. We're just going to nice and slowly add this. And once you get the butter in there, you're probably out of the danger zone, but you don't want to walk away. So the only thing for flavor is I got a pinch of cayenne pepper and a pinch of salt. Can't stand that rattle noise, okay? Of course, you know, I think the origin of this was Eggs Benedict, which we all really love. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back. I want to make sure these are nice and toasty warm. Definitely nice and thickening up. It's expanding in volume. So tastes probably better than most of the stuff you guys are used to eating if you ever had Eggs Benedict. It's thickening up real well. I'm going to turn this down to low because this is the point where I really can't stop. I have perfect Hollandaise. So what I need to do, I need to get that inner bowl out. And if it gets too thick, all you have to do is put a dash more water or lemon juice. I'm just going to take just literally 3 drops. I know what a beautiful thing this is. Asparagus is nice and toasted. Turning that off so I don't burn myself. Maybe it's a little bit of warm room temperature water in here. I just want the consistency. I'm going to turn my asparagus off. That's beautiful. So, I want to keep it warm. It's off the heat. I let everything cool down a little bit. So what do we do to make this look pretty? Let me show you. I have my famous display bowl here. Get me some asparagus. This is a tasting spoon. It's perfect for the occasion. I like using the tasting spoon because you're not pouring a whole ton on. So this is really how you make hollandaise sauce. I hope that you try it, enjoy it. It's fun. My arm's a little worn out, but other than that, it's really fun. I think even kids will like it, you know. But it's something really kind of old school. It's great. It's not a big thing, you know. It's not. I don't know if I try and make this for, you know, big Thanksgiving dinner for 20 people, because your arm would fall off trying to beat that much, and you'd have to do multiple batches. But just remember, you can refrigerate it, and just you're going to have to incorporate a little more water into it to thin it out a little bit as it goes, because it's gonna just, you know, keep setting up, and especially as it cools. But anyway, so this was something pretty easy, pretty great. This is old school. Tell your grandparents you know how to make this, your parents, and they'll be like fall over, because they're like, how'd you learn that? You say, well, Bill taught me, because Bill teaches me everything. So I want you to subscribe, I want you to comment, I want you to click the notification bell. So have a great day, and I'll be back with other recipes.